Welcome home.
We are back again
to the Byron and Pace show.
To the Byron and Pace show.
To the Byron and Pace experience.
Byron and Pace,
to your Byron and Pace life.
Byron and Pace in your car, Byron and Pace in your ears.
In the bedroom.
In the bedroom. Wherever you like. That's where we're coming up to say hello, share some stories, have a bit of a giggle, bit of a laugh.
Why not? Why not?
That's what life's all about.
I got some cool stories today, I reckon. We got some cool things are happening.
Are these mind-blowing stories for me? I don't know. I got some good ones. I think this is a very standard setting for me. I wouldn't say I'm coming in with the best stories, but I've got good stories.
All right, fair play.
I mean, like every week's the best stories, then no week's the best stories.
True, and we've got to save some stories for the live show.
I have an epic story which I had to cut from the show for the live show. Don't worry, the live show will still be posted as a podcast episode. Yeah. So you'll still catch that, but it'll just be live.
But if you are in Sydney and you want to get that good stuff, that good shit is going to be in the live show. So welcome back, welcome home. Let's get stuck into it.
Wow, look at that timing.
I know. Right. One thing I wanted to ask, we can do it later. We can take a tiny little break later to set it up. But would you like to start, Byron? I've got some cool stories.
I got 3 stories.
All right.
You got 4? 3?
First thing I want to do is give a shout out to Bryce Stallins. I keep forgetting to shout out Bryce Stallins. But we read one of the stories that you submitted, which was, oh my God, this is embarrassing. Bryce Stallins, just quickly Googling that. Oh, this is turning into a nightmare. Okay, Bryce Stallins. Why didn't it give me the option of checking the messages? Anyway, Bryce, I want to give you a shout out. I know I've told you in the past that I would do that. So yeah, there you are. There's your long and awkward shout out.
Oh my God. Okay, let's just keep moving, shall we?
Yeah.
Keep it moving. Keep moving. Give the people what they want.
Okay.
Should I start strong? Where do you want to start? Do you want to start at 100% or 80%?
80%.
80%?
Yeah, let's warm up.
All right, let's warm up. Did you know that the movie Jumanji, starring The Rock and Kevin Hart, was actually filmed in a real-life jungle owned by a multi-billionaire, and they didn't know about it?
Oh, sick.
After they released the movie trailer, the man came forward and stated he owned the forest that they had filmed in. Yeah. Therefore, he wants 10% of the money at the box office, or he would take it to court and sue them. Mm-hmm. The production team of Jumanji agreed to the 10% cut, and now that man owns multiple large chunks of land and rents them out to famous movie production companies.
Okay, I believe everything about this story apart from the last sentence.
He doesn't rent them out?
Well, as in like the Jumanji movie wasn't that long ago. And the fact that...
It kind of was though. It was like 4 or 5 years ago now.
So he's now just bought like random...
No, he already owned it. But I guess Jumanji put his forest on the map.
Interesting.
And keep in mind, just as all stories, we try to make them either completely true or completely false. So
yeah. I'm going to say bullshit. I got a feeling.
Yep, I've gone with bullshit one straight up. It is completely true.
Oh,
got him.
No way.
Here's my second question.
Okay.
Is he an asshole?
Is he an asshole for
a multi-billionaire? And he goes, you know what? I want more money.
Yeah, true.
But the counter argument, it's a massive corporation with The Rock and Kevin Hart who are filming the movie. So it's like everyone's winning in this scenario. It's not like no one's poor.
No, I think they're the assholes for being like a multi-million-dollar movie and trying to get away with like doing a sly.
Unless they didn't know.
Come on.
I think he's a bit of an asshole though. Like, do you really need to? I guess that's just the mentality.
He probably wanted the shout out more than anything. Like,
that's probably the mentality. That's how you become a billionaire. You milk everything. You make money in any possible situation.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just feels like it'd be cool. Yeah. Just say, can you put my name? I won't sue you if you put my name on like the shout out to old mate for giving us the forest.
Well, take that advice and run with it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you become a billionaire. Just make money out of everything.
Yeah. Yep. That's it. And no matter what the cost.
Oh, can I riff on that? Kind of. I can kind of riff on that.
Speaking of
things that happen in the forest. Yeah, jungle.
I mean, yeah, that's a great link, but I feel like...
Okay. Did you hear about the gender reveal party that poisoned a whole town?
Of course. I freaking hate gender reveal parties. They're the worst. Do you know how many American gender reveal parties have like caused, not tornadoes, like fires and killed people?
Yeah, well, I do because I was researching this story. Currently, the Brazilian government are investigating a couple that dyed an entire waterfall blue for their gender reveal. The dye has contaminated the water supply of a neighboring town, rendering the water not suitable for consumption, with the environmental minister still conducting investigations to see if there's any punishment.
Any punishment?
Sorry, any permanent environmental damage. For the communities in Tangara de Serra, who were impacted by the water contamination, it could never occurred at a worse time as the town has been struggling with severe drought for several years.
Fucking idiots. I do not swear much on this podcast now.
Yeah.
I'm trying actively, but that deserves it. My God. Americans?
Brazilians.
Brazilians.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Yeah.
Idiots. Oh my God. Why do we care so much about this gender? Where's this gender reveal thing? Like, I think it's
don't know.
nice to do.
I think it's a product of social media.
It is a product of social media.
And people them having a child is the most
significant thing in their life.
Is the most interesting thing in their life.
Yeah,
so they
yeah.
have to milk it for all the likes it's worth.
Especially if it's like a first child and it's just like,
Yeah.
I mean, sure, do a party, have a barbecue, say, oh, it's, have some balloons come out or something. I don't know. But like, when they've got like rifles and they're shooting something that explodes with blue or pink.
Yeah. Well, there's one father that died in America trying to create like an exploding thing for his gender reveal. He was a 27-year-old guy. He died making the bomb that was supposed to be used in their gender reveals.
My God.
So you're born and your dad died in some dumb freak accident.
Yeah. That's tragic.
Yeah.
But, oh God, I hate gender reveal parties.
So is this story true or is it bullshit?
Oh, I think it's true for sure.
The story is 100% true.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. Honestly, there's probably worse ones out there.
Yeah.
There's probably a higher death toll.
I did look for worse ones. There's one where a plane crashed,
Oh my God.
but apparently everyone survived. Just come on, guys.
We could do a whole series. We could do a whole episode on gender reveal
Probably could.
stories.
We'll probably do like a compilation video at some point.
Yeah, that is shocking.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Speaking of Brazil,
Oh, yes.
here we go. Let me bring it up.
Do you have some samba music, El?
L on the decks. Forgot to mention that. Oh, whiskey.
Oh,
Whiskey. You want to give us a sip?
oh my God.
Oh,
How's that happen?
he's knocked over all the cameras. He's knocked over. We've got 4 cameras filming right now, as opposed to 2 that we normally do. And he's just knocked them all over. All right, give me the whiskey. Give me the whiskey. Come on. You fix it up. Sorry about this, listeners. But speaking of, yeah, give me the glass. All right. Got some liquid gold. That's tasting a little bit nasty, actually.
Is it?
Have a sip.
No, I rate it.
Okay.
I rate it.
All right. Speaking of Brazil,
Oh, nice.
did you know there's a spider that gives you a boner?
Oh, hell yeah.
The venom of a Brazilian spider may inspire new drugs to treat erectile dysfunction.
Nice.
The spider is a Brazilian wandering spider, and bites from the spider and intensely painful can cause parapsum, which is a potentially harmful and painful erection that can last for many hours and lead to impotence. Researchers from Brazil and the Medical College of Georgia purified the toxin from a spider's venom and tested it on rats and mice. The researchers found that the toxin causes a chemical chain reaction that sets a stage for better blood flow and penile tissue.
I'm just imagining these rats with like mad boners. Oh, that's incredible.
The spider, by the way, is terrifying.
So the spider bites you, you get a boner, and then you become impotent.
Potential impotence.
So
But
it's
it
like
gives you
the
like
one-
a very painful boner, like a really like, I don't know how to describe it to people who don't have
Boners?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's almost impossible, but a
Yeah.
painful boner.
Yeah.
I think you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about, right?
yeah, yeah.
We've all had one of those in our life. Elle knows what I'm talking
Right,
about.
El?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, is this true? Why not? Yeah, anything can happen in Brazil, apparently.
Here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be a bullshit story that I was going to make up, but then I Googled it and it turned out to be true. And I was like, no. So it's true.
What a stitch up.
I was like, oh, what can I do? I was like, oh, a spider bite. Like, oh, I came up with it.
Yeah.
And I Googled it and it was true. And I was like, oh, well, I guess we'll go with the true story.
Damn it.
So it's actually true, but intentionally meant to be a bullshit one.
I like that. Okay. Can I piggyback off the top of that? No, I can't. However, I would like to share a story, Byron.
Please.
Did you know that a circus elephant was once sentenced to death by public execution for murder?
I love it.
Okay, so Topsy
They
the
probably deserved it. Elephants are beautiful creatures.
Topsy the elephant was a show animal for the circus in the early 1900s. She obeyed her masters for years without a mistake until one day in 1902, she killed a circus worker after he tried to feed her a lit cigarette. From that moment onwards, Topsy was named a bad elephant and was transferred to Luna Park in Brooklyn. But this next part legitimately makes me sick, okay? In order to advertise the opening of the new theme park, they planned to execute Topsy in a public hanging and charging admission to see the spectacle.
Hanging an elephant?
On January 4th, 1903, in front of a crowd of reporters and guests, Topsy was fed carrots laced with 460 grams of cyanide, electrocuted and strangled, electrocution being the final cause of death.
Oh my God.
And there's a video of it.
This is what, 110 years ago?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. If this is true, this is horrifying.
It's got to be the most disgusting
But, like,
publicity
elephants-
stunt ever.
I feel guilty riding elephants in Thailand. I was like 10.
Yeah.
But those elephants, I guess, are treated well. They're still, I guess, not free.
You can imagine how badly a circus elephant would have been treated 110 years ago.
Oh my God. And elephants are like intelligent.
Yeah,
That's so sad. I'm going to go true. I don't think you'd make this up.
it's true.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really sad.
Yeah, sucks a lot. But
History, what's that quote? No one wins in history. Like, no one wins in history. You go back in time, it's like humanity's been a grim
existence.
for most,
yeah.
which is why I'm so grateful that we live in these times.
Hey, there you go. Shout out to these times.
These could be the greatest times ever. The world could go to shit in the next 50 years, and we lived in the window that was the.
I reckon our parents lived in that window.
I have to agree with you. No, I do have to agree with you.
Yeah.
I feel like they just had it. They had less worries, less stress. That being said, Mum said, you know, Byron, your generation, your biggest fear for your generation is climate change. For us, it was nuclear war.
True.
In like the 80s, because that's when nuclear bombs, because, you know, World War II, they were like.
Yeah, but you can stop nuclear war.
I mean, you should be able to stop climate change.
Right.
I mean, I guess, I don't know. But nuclear was scary because it could happen at any moment. Climate change isn't just going to kill us tomorrow.
Sure. Yeah. Although it's a bit more exciting, nuclear war, you know.
It is. Adds a bit more flavor.
Yeah.
But, you know, I agree. I think parents I think they had a good run.
Yeah,
They didn't have like the social media, you know,
Shitstorm.
Yeah, the shitstorm, getting ran by social media. They didn't have such high levels of mental health issues as well.
Yeah.
Or maybe diagnosed.
Yeah. Anyway,
moving on.
Shall we?
Speaking of...
Ooh, what's the link?
Speaking of elephants featured in children's films by a certain company.
Ooh, okay.
Did you know that Disney
Yes.
sued a family for putting Spider-Man on their dead autistic 4-year-old's grave?
Oh, come on. Come on. What? What kind of a link is that?
Ollie Jones, just like many young boys, was a massive Spider-Man fan who was obsessed with the character.
Yeah.
Sadly, he died in December at age just 4 years old after battling a rare disease. The family were understandably devastated and hoped to mark his grave with a specially designed Spider-Man headstone in honor of Ollie. They even hosted a superhero-themed funeral to celebrate the boy's life rather than, look at his death. However, the local council of Maidstone and UK said it needs permission from Marvel, which owns the rights to the comic book character, to approve it. They were just following the steps. Sadly, Disney Studios cited a decision made by Walt Disney himself that bans the use of Disney-owned characters on any graves, tombstones, and other memorial markers. The policy is designed to preserve the innocence and magic around his characters.
Okay.
They rejected the claim,
Oh my God.
and there is no Spider-Man on his grave.
Okay. This is a brilliant story if it's bullshit. Because, you know, that's the perfect like way of kind of like putting that in legal terms. Like, yeah, of course they don't want to have their name associated with death, basically.
Before you finish, I know this makes Disney sound really bad, and I do think they are bad, but you got to remember the processes, right? It was probably some schmuck on like 50 grand a year who got the call and just had to follow procedure.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have the ability to do it. They ended up giving like all the Spider-Man merchandise and they gave him a lot of other stuff. They just couldn't do the tombstone thing. But the New Zealand's really gone with this and they got slammed from this. So it's a good story. But I do want to like take a bit of the heat off Disney. Like,
Yeah.
it is. I still think they should have given him the tombstone. Like, even just like all right, we'll do it just this one time.
You're really going in on this story. Okay, credit where credit is due. This is an extremely believable story, so I'm going to say true.
True?
Yeah.
It is completely true.
Ah,
Hey,
nice.
well done, well done.
Oh, I was sweating there. I thought,
That was a good one.
yeah. Oh, come on. Ollie? Ollie is his name?
Poor Ollie Jones.
Shout out to Ollie.
Shout out to Ollie. Big shout out to Ollie.
Yeah. Whew.
That's my last story. What you got?
I've got two more. Okay. Speaking of things that kids would enjoy, right?
Sure.
Did you know? All right, roll the news story. Did you know that NASA just bought 40% of the world's glitter supply and might ruin Christmas?
No.
Okay, so Glitterex is one of the biggest glitter manufacturers in the world, producing over 500,000 kilograms a year. There was speculation about who the company's biggest buyer is after New York Times journalist Una O'Brien had an unsuccessful interview with the company representative, Mrs. Dyer. She refused to share much information, closing the conversation with, "I can't tell you because they don't want anyone to know that glitter is involved." The company, right? Now, last week, new information about this conspiracy has gone viral after a whistleblower published in New York Times again by Una O'Brien said that it's NASA who have been using glitter to create particle clouds in space because they reflect sunlight and show up on high-powered telescopes. They speculate it could be used for anything from communication and mapping to disrupting signals. The biggest tragedy is that toy and decoration manufacturers are struggling to find enough glitter to meet the demands for this Christmas, so our trees may not shine as brightly this year.
I smell a Nick Grove bullshit story.
You think this is bullshit?
I think it's a Nick Grove bullshit story.
Okay.
This I can smell it from a mile away.
This story is bullshit.
Got it.
But there is a real story behind it.
Is it Nick Grove? No.
It's not a Nick Grove.
It sounds like a Nick Grove story.
Let me tell you the real story. So it is true that the world's glitter supply is running out because a secret company is buying such a huge amount that it's threatening Christmas.
Okay.
The company Glitterex produces like half of the world's supply, right? And in an interview with New York Times, their representative was asked if she knew who the secret buyer was. And she replied, "Oh God, yes." Followed by nervous laughter. And you would never guess who it is, but let's just leave it at that. According to her, the company doesn't want people to know under any circumstances that they're using glitter. People speculate that it's being used in bombs, toothpaste, or even rocket fuel, but it's a conspiracy and nobody knows.
Freaking gender reveals, probably.
Yeah, probably.
All right, that's interesting.
But
that
yeah.
is, man, I just have no care for glitter. So for me personally, I couldn't care less, but it's very interesting. I am curious who the person is.
Exactly.
You piqued my interest. You have piqued my interest. I would like to know.
Because they're using it in a product that they don't want anyone else to know that it's glitter.
If glitter was removed from the world, I really don't think anyone would.
I think it'd be a better place.
I don't think anyone would care that
I
much.
hate glitter.
Like, as a kid, like, it's cool, I guess. But if you didn't know, you didn't know.
And
like,
also,
it's messy.
When people have it at parties, they're like, "Do you want some glitter?" And I'm like, "Don't touch me with glitter because it's going to be in my bed for the next 6 months."
Exactly. Like, the only exception is Mardi Gras.
Yeah, but even then, I'm like,
I know it's that your bed's covered. You got to.
Yeah, I'm sleeping in someone else's bed that night because I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah, fair play. You got one more story.
I do have one more story, but I would like to take a quick ad break and roll the story afterwards. If that's okay.
Sure.
All right.
Hit the ad.
Nice.
And we're back.
And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you our first ever audio fact or cap submission.
Hell yeah.
From a fan.
Finally.
Yeah. So,
after 3 episodes of begging on our knees for people to send in, I guess it depends. If you're listening to this and we're up to episode 80 and we've got thousands of listeners, you might be thinking, how do you only get one submission? But no one listens to this podcast right now.
We were scraping the barrel.
We're scraping the barrel.
And Ash from Canada came through with the goods.
What a legend. Let's hear it.
So, let's roll it.
Hey, this is Ash from Canada, the country where it's illegal to say sorry.
Nice.
If Canadians are known for one thing, it's hockey. But if we could be known for 2 things, it would be hockey and apologizing.
Yep.
That is why it might be surprising to hear that until 2001, it was completely illegal to say sorry in a court of law. This is because it would be interpreted legally as an apology and therefore an admittance of guilt. So if you say sorry to someone who's just described a traumatic incident, it would be taking responsibility for that incident.
I like
this. Was all changed in 2009 when the most Canadian of all laws, the Apology Act, was passed.
Nice.
This act stated that saying sorry in a court was an expression of sympathy and therefore could not get you convicted as an admission of guilt.
Whoa.
It makes sense when you think about it, right?
Yeah, it does.
It certainly
Unless, of course, I'm capping.
It does make a lot of sense. Like, because I mean, it is weird to me. Like, say I came up to you and I was like, Dale, and you're like, Byron, how's your day been? I'm just like, oh, my dog just died. And you say, I'm sorry. What are you sorry for?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't actually matter. If you actually break it down, like, you weren't involved. You can be like, I'm sorry to hear that happened.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Byron. But it's like, oh, I'm sorry. It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry on your behalf. When you actually if you're looking from an English perspective, which is how law works, like, not
like a semantics.
Yeah, semantics. It does make sense.
So, yeah, I mean, obviously it's very Canadian. I wouldn't be surprised if there are other countries where this happened as well. But I think they are referring to Canada. Yeah.
I think it's true. I doubt we get a bullshit story off the bat. They're very tricky to do. I reckon it's true. Let's have a listen.
Okay. All right. Reveal.
And now for the big reveal. I 100% did not make it up. This was fact.
The slow roll on the reveal as well. Nice.
I thought we were gone then.
How good. And there's a bonus little excerpt that we're going to hear now.
If I got you, haha, get got. If I didn't get you, nice, good job.
God, you gotta love the Canadians, don't you?
Oh man, what an absolute legend.
You cannot help but smile after hearing them talk.
Yeah, that was better than we could have hoped for. So
thanks for the first submission.
Yeah.
What a legend.
Ash, whenever we come to Canada, you got a free live show ticket.
Shout out to Ash.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Hit us up. You have our email address now. So
all right, moving on to the new segment, new fan favorite. And by fan, I mean myself.
Because we're both fans of the show.
Fans of the show. Let's hit the music.
Hey! Hello, the arsehole. All right, your turn.
All right. Am I the arsehole for dropping my sister's kids at a child-free wedding that she was at?
Okay.
I'm a 25-year-old med student, so I have very little free time and I have lots of time commitments. My sister has 3 kids, all under the age of 10, rest in peace. And she often expects me to babysit for her, dropping them off at my place with little to no notice.
Yeah.
The other day, she dropped them off suddenly because she was on her way to a friend's child-free wedding.
Yeah.
I already had a huge argument with her because I had to study for an upcoming exam, but the next thing I knew, she'd already packed up the car and had left with the kids in my apartment. I was so pissed off, I decided to get dressed and take the kids to the wedding where their mum and dad were. I got to the property, sent them in without me. There were people trying to stop them coming in until my sister and her husband came rushing. She shouted at me as I drove off and she texted me calling me a little bitch for putting her in a situation and embarrassing her in front of her friends. She said that by doing that, I disrespected the friend, which affected their relationship and caused them to miss out on the rest of the wedding. So am I the arsehole? Should I have sucked it up for a few hours or am I in the right?
I think you definitely should have sucked it up for a few hours and then dealt with it afterwards. I think it's quite a petty reaction. I do love it though.
But I do love it as well.
Yeah.
But is it petty to just drop off kids? Like, because if she just dropped them off,
Yeah.
like that's a shitty thing to do. Like he's got an exam, which is obviously pretty important.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, I mean, it's both assholes, I think. She's probably she's the asshole, but he would
did an
have
asshole move.
asshole move from him. She's actually an asshole.
Yes. As someone who hates children, I have to support him here.
Okay.
Despite agreeing it is an asshole move to drop him off. But it's like sometimes you get to the point where you're like, I've said this, the only time you're going to listen is if I punish you.
Right.
This is it. You
Yeah.
cross the line.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Speaking of which, we should reply to our real estate agent.
Let's cross oh yeah, true. Let's dump them off.
Yeah.
Like what a great move.
Yeah.
I mean, she stitched them up.
She's the asshole.
Yeah, that's what you get for having children.
Yeah. Ooh. Coming out swinging.
What do you think, Elle? Do you have a microphone?
I do. I think you're right, Byron. I agree with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
A rare W for me.
Nice.
Love
All
to
right.
hear it.
Guess it's my turn then.
Yes, it is.
What have I got? Okay, here we go. This girl I go to school with has a bit... Oh, sorry. Am I the asshole? This girl I go to school with has a bit of an online following, so she started calling herself an influencer.
Oh, God.
And keeps going on about her job, right? We can all relate to this.
Yeah.
But she's only got a few thousand, not like millions of followers. I was bitching at my lunch about how my job in the department store always hurts my feet from standing for hours and stuff like that. And she was like, oh yeah, I'm exhausted by my weekends work as well. And I was pissed. So I said, what work? You took 2 photos of yourself in a bikini. So she gets mad and bitched about me on her feed. And now I'm getting a bunch of strangers trolling my photos. Who's the asshole here?
This is a great one.
Yeah.
This is a great one. I have a lot I would love to talk about in this.
Okay.
Look, I think the influencer is probably definitely the...
It is a job. You and I both
I mean,
know
look,
that it's easier. It's harder than it looks.
This is my thing. People do underestimate how hard. If it was easy, then go do it.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Everyone's like, oh, influencers so easy. Then go do it.
Yeah.
Be an influencer. Make lots of money. It's not that easy. But she sounds like if she's like a bikini influencer, that genuinely looks pretty easy. Like, I mean, we've got to actually create content and edit and come up with content and whatnot.
Yeah, well, they got to go to the gym. I go to
the gym anyway.
True. I mean, there's definitely a lot of pressure on them. It would be. I think it would be pretty shit, to be honest.
It would be. It's often not very long term.
But we all know the person who It's like, I mean, I might get. Anyway,
I know what
whatever.
you're saying. I know what you're saying.
It's like the person who has like a few thousand followers because they post whatever, like pictures of themselves in whatever, or they're hot or whatever, and then they start doing brand deals and they're like, use my code for this or that,
Yeah.
and you're just like,
But I do rate micro-influencing.
sure.
It's like if you've got it, you might as well use it. I think, I don't know. You could actually argue the other girl's an arsehole because it's like this is a genuine career. It is a genuine pathway.
Yeah.
She can call herself an influencer. Anyone can call themselves whatever they want. Like, yes, it's kind of cringy and like
identify as an influencer.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can call yourself whatever you want. Like you can say you're an influencer. I don't say I'm an influencer, even though I actually am.
Yeah.
We are because we do genuine brand deals and whatnot. But I would never want to call myself that.
Yeah.
Just because of the associations. Yeah, I mean, it could go either way. Have you seen that video went viral recently of the girl in the car who's got she's got millions of followers, and she was just like talking about how like, I can't believe because of Be Real, all my friends are just in their bed like all day. I'm shocked at how many people are just in their bed. Like, how come no one's working? Blah, 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 blah. And she got like ripped a new one with duets talking about how all she has to do is like post a video and she gets tens of thousands of dollars and stuff. But it's also like, I do agree. Like it was a pretty average take, but I think people often take off the weight of how difficult it is to create content.
Or to build a following.
Yeah, to build it's like, yeah, she only has to post a video because she spent 5 years getting to 8 million or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Again, if it's so easy, go do it.
Well, it's like the whole thing about, professional footballers are overpaid. They've literally been working like pretty much full time since they were 6 years old.
Yeah.
And then they finally, when they're 20, get their break or whatever.
And you're comparing it to the top 0.1% of footballers.
Yeah.
You're not looking at all the other ones who
Yeah.
only get paid 80 grand a year or whatever.
Or make nothing.
Or make nothing, yeah.
There you go. I reckon the influencer is not the asshole in this situation. I think it's their jealous friend.
It's a red hot take. I agree. What do you think?
Yep, I agree.
There you go.
Damn.
A full house.
Full house.
Nice.
Nice. I haven't read this one.
Okay.
Elle did this one. It's a little bit long, so stick with me.
Okay, I'm with you.
Am I the arsehole for kicking my sister-in-law out after she ate my delivery?
Ooh.
My husband's sister moved in with us after an argument with her husband over the name of their baby who is due in 2 months. She is known to be picky and normally refuses to eat my cooking. My husband caters to her and cooks whatever she likes. However, I can't often eat it due to my allergies, so most days I have to figure out my own meals and separate them. This morning, my husband agreed that he would cook a separate meal for her and then cook something for us to share together. So when I came home from a frustrating day of work to find them eating together in the kitchen, I was furious. He said that his sister had convinced him to eat with her and cancel his plan to eat with me. I said it was fine, and I said it was fine in all caps, and ordered some delivery food. I went to shower. While I waited for it, I came downstairs to find the order in my kitchen counter open and half eaten. I confronted her about this, and she said she had woken up hungry and couldn't resist the smell that was coming out of the box, but she saved me some. I checked and all this was left was some rice and dressing. I lost it. I yelled at her. We started arguing and I told her I couldn't take this anymore. She had to pack her shit and the first thing in the morning she was leaving. She began crying and her husband got involved. And my husband got involved and defended her up and down repeatedly, saying she's pregnant and is eating for two, basically. He suggested I go make myself something quick from the fridge and let it go out. But I refused and a bigger argument ensues. Am I an asshole for kicking her out over this?
Okay, if anyone messes, I want to say the F word, but I won't. If anyone screws with you and your food in your home, get rid of them. They're gone. They're out of your life. I reckon she is the huge asshole in this situation. If someone orders food, how dare you tuck into it?
That's
like,
rough.
come on.
Yeah, that's rough.
Let alone if it's like in the fridge and it's not yours.
And
like
it's a pregnant woman as well.
But like, I don't think that's an excuse. You got pregnant. You know, I mean, it may not have been your decision, but it's, whatever. It's your responsibility. And you don't fuck with people's food.
Exactly.
Ever.
Exactly.
Don't touch my leftovers. Don't touch my orders. Don't touch anything of mine that's in the fridge without asking me.
It's also, I mean, look, we don't know the full story, but it seems a little bit sus.
The husband as well.
Yeah, it's like the
What's
way
going on there?
they seem to be getting real close.
Yeah.
Which I can see would build a bit of tension between the sisters. So
he's got to take his wife's back 100% in the situation, no matter what.
I know. That's when you start dating. It's actually one of the things when you get married.
Yeah.
It says, I must back you in any argument or situation,
Literally.
regardless of
You
if
can
you're
call
right
them
or
out
wrong.
on it afterwards.
Yeah.
But like, let's say you're out with your best friend and they get into like a bit of a, a shouting match with someone. You're on their side until you get home. And then you're like, what the fuck was
if
that
we're
about?
at a pub
Yeah.
and you get in a brawl, and I think, you know what? You kind of
He
deserve
was being
that.
a bit lippy, so
Pace was being a bit of an arsehole. I'm not going to come up and beat you, am I? I'm going to go up and beat the other guy.
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll have words afterwards.
Exactly. And I'll be like, look, mate,
Yeah.
you were in the wrong there, but I had to have your back in the moment.
So the pregnant roommate and her husband are the
Just
assholes.
a correction, it's not a roommate, it's the husband's sister.
The husband's sister.
So that's why he
What? I
didn't
thought it was-
stand up for the wife because they're also family.
My husband's sister. I totally read that as well. I thought it was a sister's sister.
I'm so confused now.
So there's the
No, I get it.
pregnant woman,
Yeah.
and then her brother, who is the husband.
The husband.
Right. So the wife has no blood connection to her.
No.
Yes. Oh, that is a sticky situation for the husband. Sister or wife. The age-old argument.
No, I don't think there's any defensible stance on stealing someone's food.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have a sister, so
I mean,
if my sister was pregnant and had just been kicked out, had an argument with her husband, she's a vulnerable state, she needs food, some comfort food. I just want to be there to support her.
she can order it herself. You can order it for her.
Yeah.
Oh, you could cook it for
she made
her.
a mistake. She made a little mistake.
It's not a little mistake,
slipped
Byron.
up.
It's a
Don't they say like
Punishable
when you're pregnant,
mistake.
the smells of the,
On your own.
yeah, no, but she was, she's pregnant.
It's not an excuse.
She's pregnant.
There's no excuse.
No, I agree.
Yep.
She's
Nice.
gone. Yeah. All right, what you got?
Alrighty. Am I the asshole? I had an affair with a guy for 2 years. I knew he was cheating on his wife, but he said they weren't having sex and we had something, right? All of a sudden, he breaks it off, radio silent, clearly fully back with her and treats me like I was absolutely nothing. So he wasn't my only partner. And when I went for a full checkup last week, I found out that I'd caught something.
Oh no.
And since he didn't want to talk to me, why should I try to talk to him to let him know?
Oh man, this is funny.
Yeah.
This is funny. I mean, she was having an affair with him, right?
Yeah.
So she knew he had a wife.
Yeah.
This is psycho. She
Yeah.
thinks she's like the victim here.
Right.
You're not the victim. Like, you're both assholes for cheating.
Yeah.
I mean, you're an asshole if you knew he had a husband. He's an asshole because he
Because
knows she has a wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, should she still tell him? I don't know. I think she probably should.
There's a legal obligation to tell him, I think. I believe that's the case.
Yeah, I
if
don't
you
know.
know you have something,
I think a mature person would just send a text that's just like, hey, just got checked up. Just want to let you know I've got this. You might want to get yourself checked. That's all you have to say.
but it's also a great fuck you.
It is
like-
a great fuck you. It is a great, like, here you go.
Yeah.
He does deserve it.
Yeah.
Now his wife will probably get it and then she'll find out. And like,
All right, here's the play. You tell the wife.
that is, power move.
Be like, sorry, I'm only telling you this because it's a medical issue, but your husband and I have been sleeping together for 2 years and I have X.
And I have a legal
And
obligation.
he's not replying to me anymore, so I had to come to you.
Wow. Look, let's just say arseholes all round.
Yep.
Arseholes all round. What do you think?
L.
Assholes all around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
assholes
There you
around.
go. A pack of assholes.
Pack of arseholes. They call it punnet, I believe they call it.
Yeah. Nice.
All right, play the music. Would you rathers?
Way. God, we need new jingles.
Would you rather? I've got some. Oh no.
No, Byron.
Wait, it's here. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right, I got some interesting would you rathers. We'll put them up on the screen for the viewers as well.
Will we? Okay.
Would you rather be trapped in an elevator with number one, your ex,
Yeah.
a crying baby,
Uh-huh.
your least favorite Kardashian, Donald Trump?
Ex, crying baby, least favorite Kardashian, Donald Trump.
Let's say it's like
I have no issue. I have no issue really with my ex. So
good few hours in an elevator.
I mean, I would rather be trapped with the Kardashian because I feel like that'd be a really interesting person to talk to.
It's a good story.
Crazy life. Like, I think I could learn a lot from them
Mm.
in just like an online business sense and just like being an entertainer.
Who's your least favorite Kardashian?
Oh, I don't know enough. Who's my least favorite Kardashian? I don't know their names.
Yep.
Courtney, Chris, and Kylie, and
They're all K's.
Kate. Yeah. Let's say Courtney.
And Chloe.
Chloe. Oh, yeah.
She's
She's
Jenner.
And Kendall.
Kendall Jenner, Chloe Jenner, Courtney.
they
I'm
count?
going to say Courtney because
Caitlyn?
Caitlyn?
Oh, wait.
No.
Jenner. She's
Caitlyn Jenner. I'm going to say Courtney is my least favorite because
Okay.
I know the least about her.
Okay. So that's your answer?
That is my answer.
Fair play? Yeah.
What is your answer?
Yeah, I'd probably do Kardashian. Again, X is not the end of the world. Be cool to see what they're doing, but ideally not. Crying baby, absolutely not.
No.
No
Yeah.
way. Donald Trump, I mean, it could make a good story.
That would make an incredible
You
story.
know what? I'm going
actually.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I'm going Trump. That's a great story. What about
Yeah.
you?
I mean, yeah, like I don't have no issues with the Kardashians. I
Yeah.
don't know what I'd do.
You go
specifically.
Kardashians?
I think so.
Which one?
I'd have no idea.
Just pick one.
highly.
Okay.
All right. There you go.
There you go.
Okay. I've got one. This is a dark one. But I'm going to ask it anyway because we're not afraid on this show.
Of course not.
Would you rather stay with mummy or daddy if your parents divorced?
I don't want to answer this. I don't want to. I mean, what? I mean, I'm a child.
Yeah. No. Right now.
Right now.
Oh, I guess you're a child. When
I'll
you
live
were
by myself.
Let's say you're in high school.
It depends on why the divorce was. Are we assuming it's just they're not a right fit and they're mutually divorced?
Mutual divorce, but you have to pick one and you stay with them.
Oh, I mean, I would do it based on who my siblings went with. Like, if my brother and sister go with mom, then I go with dad.
No, let's imagine that they're not part of the equation.
They're not part of the equation. So it's just me.
Yeah.
I think mum. Just because, just like, I feel like I could visit dad and do more activity. I could go like mountain biking and do more activities with dad to like,
Yeah.
I feel like I do stuff with my dad more, but I would sit and live with my mum easier.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
So like being around her would probably be better for her having me as a child there.
Yeah.
And then I could still, see my dad and, do stuff with him. And that's probably my answer.
Interesting.
You have to answer as well.
I will answer. We just lost man down.
You going to do your loosey-goosey mum or your proper dad?
So if my parents were to divorce, I would have chosen my dad to live with because mum, it's the same reason it's just such a weird thing to say. It's the same reason I want my dad to die first is because mum can make friends. Mum has friends. Dad doesn't really have a social network. He doesn't like put himself out there and stuff like that. So I think he would struggle more if he was left by himself than my mum would.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
So I would pick dad.
I mean, you don't have to answer L, but do you have anything to add?
These questions, I am not only an only child, but also a child of divorce.
Oh my
there you
God.
go.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, I know.
No, but
I
we're
went-
choosing one.
I went weekend with mum and dad.
Yeah.
And then
but
once I got my license, I went to mum's because it was more convenient in town.
There you go.
There you go.
Easy
Just
out.
a pragmatic
Yeah.
decision.
But I mean, that's what it would be. It'd be something. But in the would you rather, you've got to be like, mum or dad. What button would you press? You got 3 buttons.
okay.
You get $500,000, but your worst enemy gets $1 million.
Okay.
You get $350,000, but your worst enemy also gets $350,000.
Okay.
You get $250,000, but your worst enemy gets nothing.
Who is my worst
I don't
enemy?
know.
That's what I need to find out.
Who's someone you hate, like you would hate to get more money?
Someone I would hate to get.
I don't think I have anyone.
Yeah.
I'm copping the mill. I mean, it's $500K. But
You get
don't
500K, they get a mil.
Ooh.
What if it's someone in the world who has a lot of, or like has really bad views?
Yeah,
And if
it
they have a
probably
lot
would
of
be.
money.
They get more power.
Yeah.
But if we know them, they've probably already got a lot of money, and it's really probably not going
You
to
have
change.
to know
anything.
them personally.
I mean, yeah, they're your worst enemy.
Yeah. Oh man. God damn it. This is a tough one. My worst enemy is going to be someone pretty awful.
You know what I'm going
And
to
they
do?
would do bad things with the money.
Do you know what I'll do?
What are you going to do, Byron?
I'm going to take the 500K because I know the million will probably stuff up this person.
True.
'Cause they're-
True. Ruin their life.
My worst enemy, I don't know who it is, but I guarantee they're not financially
Yeah.
intelligent, and this will like cripple them because they're bad people. So
Yeah.
there you go.
That's a red hot take and I'm going to take it.
What about you?
Yeah, all right.
Oh, I feel like I'm carrying this episode. Not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
You made a good point.
It'll be interesting
There you
when we
go.
listen back, and that's not the case. But anyway, I'm not going to ask that one because I've just done 2 nasty ones.
Was
okay.
it like, would you rather be an only child or die?
I swear I've done this question.
Wouldn't be the first time you've doubled up.
No, but
Come on, spit it out.
No, but these were
No,
prepared.
you asked us, like the interns,
Oh.
but you didn't
Oh.
ask it to the podcast.
Okay, all right. Would you rather every breath smelled like a nasty fart,
Oh.
or every breath out smelled like a nasty fart?
Ooh. Every breath in.
So you're just
Sure.
copping it.
Yeah, I just copping it. Because I mean, I'm all about building relationships, podcasting, presenting. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
I can just cop it and I learn to live with it. I'd
And
rather I learn to live with it than have everyone else around me learn to live with it.
Yeah, true. All right. Yeah.
Same?
Take the burden. I would take the burden. Yeah.
Typical. And let me guess, same answer.
I mean,
Yep.
I don't want to be nauseous every day.
Oh,
Yeah.
but you want us to be
It's
nauseous.
sickeningly nauseous. You know, like the really rotten ones.
And same when you breathe
the
out.
world lived with
No,
a
but-
pandemic and being
same when you-
isolated.
But your whole life, though, we barely survived.
Yeah, true.
The world just is probably still seeing the repercussions. You agree?
Yeah, I have to
Do
agree.
you agree? So you're doing the other.
I don't know.
But you'll be around your friends, and I'll be like, "What's wrong, Byron?" And you'll be like,
No, nothing, because I'll get used to it. I'll learn.
"Yeah, but it's still
After
it's eye-wateringly."
You'll get used to it. You'll get used to it. There's nothing that bad that you couldn't, like, your body will get used to it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not convinced.
Wow.
I'm not convinced.
It'll make Wim Hof really difficult.
More of a challenge.
Yeah,
All right. You got any more? I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm tapped out.
I'm out.
That's it for this episode of the podcast. Play the outro music.
No. Yeah, but also, we're going to need you to get a ticket to the Byron and Pace live show,
Byron and Pace
ladies and
podcast,
gentlemen.
November 10th, Thursday night, 6 p.m. set to 10 p.m. It's going to be an epic night.
You think it's just going to be a podcast? Oh, how
No,
wrong
no, no,
are
no, no, no.
you?
It's podcast is a small element. There's much more involved.
Oh my God! I'm imagining like Saturday Night Live meets the Jimmy Fallon late night show,
But better.
but better.
Times 10.
Times 11.
Times 11.
Yeah.
It's going to be good fun. It's our first show ever, so it's probably going to be a bit chaotic and unorganized.
Just get amongst it.
Get amongst it. It's going to be good fun. Shout out to Pace, who got his first ever Amex card today.
Hey!
Which is like technically the Byron and Pace Amex card, but you know, it's got his name on it. I'll let him
boys
have
moving
that.
up in the world.
Making big moves. So looking forward to it. Life's good.
Yeah. Give us the stars on whatever app you're listening to us on. We love you. We want you. And we'll see you next time.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.